Hello, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and a blessed day. Listen, I am back with another video. Listen, you guys, I thought I had some content. Of course, I'm going to make those videos and share it with you guys, but I wanted to do a little bit of story time on here. Y'all, I'm going to take a little piece. It's going to be short because my story will be here forever if I was to tell you guys all I have endured with the narcissists that I dealt with and other narcissists in my life. But just to summarize things, the narcissist that I dealt with 2 years ago was actually someone that I've known since I was 13 and was friends with. Not only that, we dated before when I was 18 to 21. And y'all already know that was still knocking then, okay? I got out of that relationship 7 years later, built my life together, you guys, and this person literally came back in to finish the job. But God said, not this time, all right? But God had to allow that situation to pull back the veil because this individual was very, very demonic, heavy in witchcraft, sorcery, and different things like that. But my life was just bound with this individual. Even though I was not connected with this person for 7 years, my life was still bound because I never severed the soul tie. This is why I teach you guys to sever the soul tie. Because I didn't sever this soul tie, you guys, I was still bound with this individual, and that's how their witchcraft was able to work, okay? You guys know a curse cannot land without a cause, and because of the soul tie that they had, there was definitely a cause for that to land. So we're going to talk about some things, y'all. This is going to be juicy. Get your tea, get your water, all right? Get your tea and your water. Because you're going to be like, what? Some of y'all going to be like, that happened to me too. I went through that. I'm telling you, they play by the same book. The devil is not creative. They play by the same book. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys testify you've been in the same situation. Listen, you guys, so when I got back with this narcissist, right, I met him. Well, he sent me a DM, and it was so strange because the morning I had came from vacation. Let me just give you a little story. So I went on vacation to see my family. And on the vacation, you guys, I started getting flashback of this individual. Like, I would look in the mirror and I would see this individual and I'm like, what? That's crazy. It's been 7 years. I thought I was, going crazy. And then after that, I started hearing music playing that I used to listen to when I was with this individual. Like, your favorite song with your, yeah. And I was just kind of like, this is crazy. What is going on? When I came home that day, you guys, literally from my trip, I put my bags down. I kid you not. It was like a mental battle. I felt like my mind was being pulled apart and I could not sleep. I was just crying and crying and praying and praying. This happened for 3 days. 3 days this happened, and I just kept on praying and praying and praying. And on day 3, it just kind of stopped. It just stopped after that. So I'm thinking, okay, breakthrough in prayer, good. I woke up the next morning, y'all, to get ready for work. It's on a Monday now, 5:50. I'll never forget. It was 5:50 when I got up, went in the shower, 5:55. I just hear a voice tell me download Instagram and go on Instagram. Now, mind you, I wasn't on social media, so I had to download the Instagram app. I'm thinking this is God speaking to me now. I download the Instagram app, you guys. I go on Instagram. What do I see? This individual texts me, hey, Tina, I thought I seen you this Sunday at church. I hope all is well with you. I come in peace. I was like, I ain't go to church. I did not go to church. I did not go to church. And I live on a whole different side of town. So I was just like, okay, he seems like, he seems right. So let me go ahead and text back. And I was like, hey, all is well. That wasn't me. I didn't go to church. I left it at that. Next message I get, listen, I got a plan and we about to make $1 million real quick. I'm like, what? I kind of ignored that and I was just like, y'all, we gonna get into it. So I was like, $1 million real quick. What the hell is he talking about? But went ahead and text back. I was like, oh, okay, what is the plan? That was it, you guys. I went ahead and I sent that. The next thing he started telling me some things about him, all of that. Long story short, y'all, we end up having a conversation. I was like, okay, we need to talk. Because he was like, we need to talk. Because when we broke up, y'all, I bounced. I bounced. I was done the first time. So we never had a conversation, nor any closure, nor was I looking for one. So he was like, we need to talk about what happened, all of this or whatever. So we scheduled a phone call after I got off work. That was my mistake that I made. Mind you, keep in mind that 3 days battle that I went through, that was him doing witchcraft. I just didn't know. And that voice that I heard in the bathroom, again, that was him doing witchcraft. I didn't know then. So the witchcraft had already worked before I even got in contact with him. So y'all, we got on the phone. The moment I got on that phone, I prayed while we're on the phone. I always pray when I have conversation with people. I pray while we have this phone conversation. We on the phone, y'all, till 4 a.m. On the phone till 4 a.m. Got lost. I completely got lost. Next thing you know, on the phone every day and every day and every day. And I was like, okay, I didn't pay no attention to it. All of a sudden, all these emotions just came rushing back. Mind you, I have not seen or talked to this person for 7 years, nor do I care, nor do I like none of that, right? I was single for 7 years, never cared for nobody. Y'all, this dude was like, oh, I'm at my mom's house telling me his whole sad story. I was like, oh, okay. So he was like, come over or whatever. Long story short, y'all, I go to the mom. I go to the mom house. Soon as I got there, right, y'all, when I tell y'all, it was like this pull. It was like this magnetic pull towards him. I didn't know what it was now, but after God revealed to me what it was, this magnetic pull towards him and this emotion and this lust, it was so out of me. It's like I was not even myself, right? Y'all, long story short, nothing happened. We just talking, flirting or whatever. I go talk to the mom. She told me this individual got out of a marriage. So I'm like, oh, okay. And she telling me all the horrible things the wife had done, all of this thing, y'all. Keep that in mind. So I'm like, oh, wow. He told me some things, but the mom started going in deep. So her story collaborated with his story. Y'all, long story short, this story is long as deep. I'm trying to summarize things. Long story short, believe the mom. Now, y'all know your girl got bewitched. So next thing you know, we go back to my apartment. Worst mistake ever. Before I get to that, y'all, I had took a drink. Shouldn't have never did that. Anyway, fast forward, you guys. Fast forward. Now this person and I are together and they're living with me. This person was living with me, y'all, for 7 months. The ex-wife, was in the phone as Kid's mom. This is really what I wanted to share with you guys. She was in the phone as Kid's mom. He talking to her while I'm there and while I'm in the place. Nothing crazy, like just talking to the kids and talking to her or whatever. Nothing to raise a red flag. Fast forward, this individual come in the picture. And then it's like having conversation. Like when she called, he couldn't talk. And I was just like, you've been talking to her, like what's going on? Y'all, I can go deep in this story. I'm just trying to come to a certain point. Anyway, you guys, we'll be here for hours. I'm trying to summarize this. Anyway, you guys, so fast forward, this individual, the wife now, competing with me. And then I found out he was never divorced. He's actually still married. I said, what in the world is this? Ain't no way you married and you talking to her, no sign of y'all being married, and I didn't know. So y'all, long story short, the wife pop up at my place. I kid you not. Pop up at my place, he on the phone with her, they talking and going back and forth. And I'm like, what is this? This is ghetto. I was like, this is some low vibration ghetto mess. And how did she find my number? And I told him, I was like, listen, I have a gun and I'm not afraid to use it. Take care of this situation and I'm going to take care of you afterwards. But I don't play those games, all right? So she on the phone being a hood rat. And I was like, sis, like, you'll be gone. You got 4 kids, 4 or 5 kids. I don't play like that. I don't. So anyway, you guys, once I found that out, I started praying, seeking the face of God, trying to figure out how to get myself out of this. Here comes the mom. Oh, the lawyers didn't file the paperwork and it was this. And I was like, y'all lying. Okay, I work in the corporate world. I have worked with marriage attorney and things like that. I know how divorce process work. I know the legalities of things and all of that. If you filed that paperwork, it's filed. There is no mishap happening with that. It was never filed. He lied and the mom lied and collaborate his story. And that's how I knew they was working together. But here is the kicker, you guys. One day the Lord told me he's going to a hotel. God pretty much told me everything he was going to do. So he was going to a hotel with the wife. And God told me that, and I knew, y'all, I said, okay, I'm going to play my cool. Y'all, I waited till the time God told me he was going to be in that hotel, and I called. I called because I wanted to know. And he answered the phone, was like, hello. Voice completely changed, different voice. And I'm just like, who is this? Y'all, I was like, who is this person on the phone? This is not the person that I know, a completely different voice. And literally, I'm like, what's going on? Here comes the wife. He's with his wife. He's with his wife. Da, da, da. I said, listen, isn't it appropriate for you to speak right now? I'm trying to talk to him. If sis would have shut her damn mouth, y'all, I would have gotten everything I needed. All right. But she's one of those chicks that's like, have to prove something. Like, I got my exit strategy. I'm just trying to get the details and all that I need in this situation. All right. But you coming on here attacking me and calling me out my names, I don't do that. I just want to know the facts. And I told her, I said, listen, you're too immature for us to have this conversation right now. Place him back on the phone. That's who I need to deal with. Y'all, they both going back and forth, going back and forth. I sat on that phone. I said what I had to say. I got off that phone. Long story short, y'all, when I was on the phone, this individual said, you said she's just a friend helping you with your career. And then went ahead and said, didn't you say we can use her for a comma? So the wife was not just this innocent victim that I was being triangulated with. This was someone that was in on the plot. And the only reason, you guys, like, I'm summarizing this story for y'all. We're going to get deep into things as we go along. But the only reason why she said what she said was because she was angry. She didn't know all the other things that was going on my end until I spilled some tea. And then sis spilled out her mouth. They had a whole plot to use me. And I said, is that so? It all makes sense, you guys, because the whole time this dude was trying to get me to do some things, legal things in business. And with her and all of this, it was literally an operation they had to suck me dry, to use me of my intellectual property, use me for business credit, finances, all type of things. Y'all, when I found that situation out, that I was like, that's it. I put a casket on everyone in the situation, all right? And I put the nail in that casket. I recorded what I needed to record. Still got this recording till this day, all right? And I was out of there. I was out of the situation. So listen, when you're dealing with narcissists and you find yourself in a situation where you're being triangulated with them, do not argue with that other woman. Get the facts, get what you need, and bounce. And do not trust the family. The whole family was on game what was going on. I was the only person that was clueless. Family on game, baby mamas on game, wife on game with it. I was just like, I'm thinking to myself, what do I have so much that all of y'all plotting? You know, what is it that y'all really want? But these people literally are desperate. Here, they ain't got it. They just don't got it, and they would do anything. So y'all, this story is juicy. I kind of fast forward a lot of things, but listen, yeah. Narcissistic abuse is deep, it's crazy, it's a mess. You find yourself like, what? It's like I was in a Lifetime movie, like, what the heck is this? How did I get here? Who the hell have I been with? Because everything was a lie, okay? Everything was a lie. But y'all, I'm going to keep on sharing some holy gist. We're going to unravel this story. This story is deep and long. And I'm going to do a little segment for you to get an understanding of this. But that's all I wanted to share. Stay safe out here and stay dangerous, all right? That is all. Until next time.